Hesitation game.
Well, I do declare, Avery, it is
Oh, my
not a time
Lord.
to see you.
Hesitation game. Characters in the Hierarchy series by James Islington. I'll go first. 3, 2, 1. Viz.
Diago, human.
Dog Diago.
Tara.
Olkiskor.
Lanistia.
Relucia.
Amhose.
Oh, that was close. Netocrat.
Oh no, Quabbit. I said Quabbit's a place, not a person.
Oh, we couldn't do it, folks. 4 characters, not very good.
Suffering
Not very good.
succotash.
Oh, he's
Put
a
a little
simple,
bit of
he's a simple
pepper
country
on
lawyer.
Put a little bit of pepper on that one, Avery.
Well, we got a gumbo plots today.
Ooh, got some of that jambalaya.
Hope this is
I
no one's
do
first
declare.
episode. No, this can't be, right?
It might be James Islington's publicist's first episode because
Fuck.
I'm really trying to get him on the pod.
Listeners, we're never going to get an author on, but if you
We're
want to put
trying
in
so
a good
hard.
word, email James Islington's publicist. We'll dox them. We'll put their email in the show notes and tell them that it would be fun and we would not be mean.
Okay, Avery, do you know what my new pitch is going to be if she doesn't respond to my most recent email?
Death threat.
Yes, no. Apparently, he's coming out with a cyberpunk novel between
Fuck yeah.
2 and 3 of the Hierarchy series. It's a short, like, cyberpunk novella.
He's
I wanna be like-
visiting a cyberpunk world.
I think it's off. I think it's off premise from the series, but I'm gonna be like, yo, we will read this and promote the absolute shit out of it for you to our.
If there's one thing I
140
know about our show, we will shill for literally anything. We're doing ad reads for Palantir next episode. Get ready.
Oh man, actually, we should discuss our most recent ad offer after we stop recording.
We're a big deal.
Yeah, we are.
Well, anything you want to discuss before we get into the middle section of book 2?
Yeah, I'd like to discuss Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Big Hog, great show.
Duncan Egg. I mean, so I've never been a person involved in the R.R. Martin world of literature. Like, I watched Game of Thrones when it was coming out and stuff, but I didn't read any of the books. So had no idea this existed, and I'm so happy it does.
My excitement for this was so low because, I don't know, House of the Dragon didn't quite hit me right, especially season 2. It just felt so dour and there was no fun or joy in it. And that was like a huge, I feel like people forget that Game of Thrones was funny, at least
Yeah,
at the beginning.
It was really funny.
And I thought this was just such a wonderful thing. Like, to make this small, very character-focused comedy fantasy thing is just fucking amazing. It's like, because we know that this stuff exists in books, but like, I don't think people have really seen this on the screen before. Like, this was just wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like the spirit of Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones, like that undercurrent that I loved so much in the show. This was just all of that. And oh my God, we watched the entire thing during the blizzard and like back to back to back to back to back to back.
I wish I had done that. I would like only gripe is just like getting 30 minutes once a week was not my favorite thing. But I mean, at the same time, like, who really cares? Like,
No,
I got 6 episodes that I loved. Amazing cast.
You want to hear a sick payoff? We finished episode 5 at 9:59 p.m. Episode 6 released at 10. Talk about
that's so good.
It was the best.
But I love that big man and small child are buddies in real life.
I know.
Yeah.
And the bad guy too. I think they're homies. I saw some good. He's obviously all over social media.
The bitchy Targaryen.
Yes, there's always a bitchy blonde prince in these shows.
We love a sniveling prince, although he's kind of a badass fighter. Got to give it to him.
He did pretty well.
But yeah, if you didn't watch the show and were like Game of Thrones out, or maybe didn't like the Game of Thrones vibe, give this a shot. Much lighter in tone, very funny. Not really. It's barely fantasy, which is sort of interesting.
Yeah, she's gonna say use this as a starter pack if you want somebody to watch a fantasy show and get interested in this kind of period or piece.
So
Yeah.
we'll start the campaign to get these showrunners to adapt all of Discworld, and I think I'll be happy.
Oh my god, Discworld would be so fun.
God, if HBO got its grubby little hands on Discworld, I would be such a happy
Oh.
boy.
Has there ever been an attempt to adapt it? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
there've been a lot of BBC type things that are
Okay,
like
sure.
lower budget. There've been movies, and they sort of came and went, but I think people think they're fine.
Yeah.
There's like
Speaking of which, I think we should do another Discworld book.
I am going to read Small Gods as soon as we're done with Islington. So
Uh,
join
count
me,
me in.
join me,
Count
my
me in.
brother.
Hell yeah.
Um, that
Cool.
okay. That out of the way.
Welcome to Book Two
It's
is Better.
it's
We're
Diago
here.
time.
Diago.
Um, are we in deep enough to answer the question? Is book two better?
No, because we have to wait for the payoff because this is a Sanderson inspired author. And so there will be
Yep.
a
Yep.
relative, um, oh man, an Islington tsunami. I don't know. What's a good way to put
I was
this?
thinking about this, and I don't think every author has to have a term.
You don't think so?
I've crossed it over into I've heard that too much territory now.
Yeah, I think it's fair. You know, it was funny. I
It's
was
like having
watching.
an exciting ending is not a thing worthy of putting your name on.
No,
I would hope. I would hope your ending is exciting.
it should be. It should
Opening
be.
page, banger, end. Bull.
I was watching some Sanderson YouTube. When, you know, he has those clips from him teaching Mormon kids how to write in different various college settings and stuff. And
Yeah,
he,
sure.
he was like, "Don't leave all the action for the end. You got to just put it right at the beginning. Don't save your big fights." And I'm like, "Who are you talking about?"
Brandon, are you familiar with The Well of Ascension? A book by you?
You remember when I read 300 pages of democracy building before the Koloss came?
Here's Adolin playing chess. Um, yeah, that is funny.
Um, so I
Uh,
don't think we're in a place. Okay. I will say that this middle there is a fair bit that happened just from like a lore and universe expansion, but it was dull and it was a little bit of a slog to get through compared to other parts of the book on their own and a book
yeah,
one. So book two might be better than book one, but part two of book two is not better.
yeah. I think that's one of the things we were talking about in book one is for how long it is surprisingly well paced.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like every chapter has a point. Like there's something interesting plot wise that happens, and I can't say that for this section.
Yeah.
Everything has a purpose, obviously, but I didn't find myself compelled to figure out what happens next. I'm
I
excited
think
for
it's
part
tough.
three. Ends in a good
I
place,
am.
but like,
But I think it's tough when every single world is setting up for the finale. Like we didn't get any sort of like climactic um scaffolding, you know. We just know that it's all going to end in these huge cliffhangers or huge
yeah,
sequences. Yeah, I kind of wish each world was paced a little bit differently.
yeah, I do.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. Riss did have a climax in part
Oh
2.
yeah, yeah, that was very fun. I sort of feel like if he could have just shifted a little bit of the action in Obidium back towards part two,
Mhm.
it would have helped because I felt like Obidium was so exciting at the start.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there were parts that felt too fast in part one, like when you discovered harmonic imbuing in 3 pages, which had never been done before. Extend that. Let me spend more time with my favorite boy, Searoar, and don't
Would you
replace him with a fucking evil assassin and a zombie.
would you like to learn to dance for 2 months or learn harmonic will usage in 2
Yeah.
days?
See, that's a tough trade. That's
Yeah.
one of those I find more interesting than the other. Um, why would you make the best character in the series and take him off screen for the whole middle section of the book?
It's
Where's
confusing.
Searoar?
It's confusing.
All
I
right.
mean, and that's happened a couple of times, I would say, is we do get a little bit of, like, jerked around with character development. On a whole, I will say character development in part 2 was a high point for me. I actually feel like we got to know characters like Terra and Amhos
Yeah,
and
that stuff's good. Yeah, the
even
Amos
Relukia
religion
a
stuff
little bit
is
more.
yeah. No,
Y-
she's
So
she's softening a little bit.
yes, I
Interesting.
felt a lot of nuance with character development. That being said, we're still leaning on the thing that as soon as you get to know these characters, they get pulled away for a plot
Yeah,
device.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we back into this should be multi POV commentary?
I was literally just thinking it's the Hadrian Marlowe experience.
Oh, navel gazing. Should we do summary and then we can
Yeah,
start stepping through this?
let's rip part 2. Ba-da-da-ba.
Do you want to kick it back to me or was that it?
That was the kick. What the fuck?
Kick, kick, kick. 3 worlds, 3 protagonists, 3 magic systems, and somehow absolutely nothing happens with any of them. It's part 2 of The Strength of the Few, and we've got a serious case of the post-chariot blues. On Obitium, Viz and the assassin Netocrat cook up a scheme to infiltrate the Pyramid of Ka through the art of provocative dance. Does it work? Of course not. But it does get our sweet zombie friend Amos killed, and we get one funny line about a crocodile, so let's all be grateful. On Rez, Vids heads back to campus to hook up with a bunch of underclassmen he missed on his first time around. And by hook up with underclassmen, I mean Will jump over the fucking wall, get meat puppeted in the ruins by some sort of pre-cataclysm will computer, and convince his friends that his pet wolf does in fact belong in the big city. He also gets a bit more background on Viridius and his fight against Ka and the Concurrence, and my goodness, has a simple thing gotten complicated. Human Diago and Dog Diago head back to Rez, where there is yet another festival and rumblings of civil war. Certified crazy person, Ostius leads Viz to a meeting of the most imbued men in the whole empire, and Viz, as we predicted in our first episode, sucks every last one of them off. Viz is a bug-eyed will goblin who just popped a 90 milligram Adderall and shotgun to bang energy, and he is ready to fuck. Oh, and Ostius is the cousin of one of the princeps, and they're all ceding to Ka. Minor details. After some very convenient lore dumping, Dog Diago snaps and starts ripping throats because, as established, wolves do belong in the big city. Chaos ensues and coked up meatheads start throwing benches, and it's starting to seem like the Civil War is probably going to happen. Finally, on Elysium, absolutely nothing happens to the end. I'm joking a little bit. Viz makes new Viking friends, learns that a spear isn't a great weapon for a one-armed man, and maybe sees his pop-up, because why not? At least there weren't any chariots. That's the actual end of the summary.
Well done. You know what's crazy? I forgot the chariot thing even happened in this book. It feels like so long since then.
Someone on Reddit called it Will Pod Racing. It's like, yes, that is good.
Oh, that's so good. Is there a better scene in the entire cinematic universe than Anakin Skywalker pod racing? I don't think so.
Yeah, very good.
Oh,
I used to know the name of every fucking racer in that thing.
God,
I played the shit out of the N64 pod racing, and then I'd go back to the movie and be like, oh my God, it's fucking Doug Shitto. Look, he's in 4th.
Oh, man. I'll never forget. Never forget.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Wow. Great summary. I mean, yeah, I can kind of tell what your favorite world is from this section. That's
it
for
ain't
sure.
Lucium.
It ain't Lucium. Elviz took an L this time.
Yeah. Should we start there because we ain't gonna have much to say?
Yeah, why not? Why not? This is like the most edging, slow build world for me because obviously nothing really happens in this section. And, he played Farming Simulator in section 1. So, like, where are we going with all this?
Yeah, Farming Sim, Viking Sim, Find Your Dad Sim.
Yeah. And like,
are you invested at all in this new cast of characters?
So, yes, I am. At first, I was not. First, I was like, I really don't want to learn any of their names. And then I actually, to my chagrin, had a very good time when they all shared their backstories after the big battle together by the fire.
That was cute. Yeah, that
was really
nice.
heartwarming. And I was like, oh, I kind of fuck with this, especially Tara. I actually really like
Tara feels, I mean, I think he's asking us to care more about her than the rest of the people. It's nice to see Viz like feel comfortable sharing his story because that boy been isolated.
Yeah, it's actually one of the themes for me in this is like who he chooses to trust and who he doesn't across all the different worlds. Because like Rusty has all these lies and stuff. Lucium, he's just like he's himself. That's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
props. You've now told everybody everything about yourself, and like that's got to feel great.
Yeah. And he's found something he likes doing, just like a small, very
Yeah,
human thing, which I do like. It's a lot of what I liked about the farming arc was just like getting to spend more time with Viz when he's not being so animated by the plot.
yeah. I do
Um,
think this is his biggest growth world. Just getting to know his character and its
yeah.
motivations. I mean, it's interesting to think like different worlds, different motivations for the same character. Obviously, that's the cool part of the book. But what I don't feel invested in at all is the world itself, like the politics of Lucium, all these kings and druids and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Like Lear
I
comes
don't
back with
care.
a report that there's like a brewing civil war, some sort of succession war.
DGAF.
And I just like couldn't make myself read those names and connect them to things that I just couldn't make myself care.
Because
Um,
I don't have buy-in that they're important. I don't
yeah.
feel like I need to know them the same way I don't need to know what Quabit and Nagazar or whatever are on Ovidio.
Give me sword hands.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it's like we don't have enough connection to those things to really care about them. And the more macro sense, I have no clue what they have to do with the larger story that's being told.
And I just
Like,
assume they won't have anything to do with it. That's where my head is right
yeah,
now.
I assume they will, but I think either assumption is a little frustrating because
Sure.
right now, from my perspective, it's so disconnected. I'm just like, okay, tell me how it is. And then if it has nothing to do with anything, it's like, well, I guess I'll enjoy this for what it is, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So, um, but that's when you drop the dad bomb,
Wow. So his danger pulse was
well,
going off like crazy.
his dad pulse.
Papa. Oh,
It's
papa.
that's like when a dad reaches and catches their baby, without looking.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't have those instincts. We haven't neither of us have reproduced
I know when my cat is hungry
because Billy yells in your
because
ear.
he's screaming. Dude, they've gotten smarter, my friend, because sometimes these cats are so annoying in the morning. Starting at like 5:30 or 6, they're like, "I'm up, I'm hungry. You need to be up and feeding me." And like Kathy usually leaves the house first, and occasionally they're being so raucous, they're just like, "Fuck it, I'll feed these little urchins." Normally I'm the chef. And they've gotten pretty wise at putting on a very hungry show for me
Mm,
when I wake up, even if they've been fed.
yep. Give an inch, take a mile, man.
Unbelievable.
Got
Normally it's like their heart isn't in it. Like Billy will meow, like, "You're not that hungry." "Oh, okay, Kathy fed you. I see why you're not screaming." But he's gotten me good recently.
wow, you're just a sucker, man.
I'm dumb. I'm
You know,
Viz.
can we bring back Thursday Night Football cats?
Mm, that was good. We did have a cat gambling thing that was pretty hot for a little bit.
Yeah, for listener context, Avery has had multiple beautiful cats that I love dearly, but
Rest in peace, Mr. Carrots.
rip, and would put two identical bowls of food out for them on Thursday Night Football with the two team names in front of the bowls, and then we would
Yeah.
gamble on whichever the cat picked, and they were like
Yeah.
5-0.
Yeah, Fran had a crazy hot start 2
Yeah,
years ago.
Fran was on one.
Eventually randomness did set in, but, we thought she might have had some sort of a telepathy or something, foresight.
Boys are running hot.
Vikings. Okay. You think his dad's there, or you think it's Diago?
Well, there's a lot of weird shit going on.
Is Diago synchronous? I say yes.
Who? Diago?
Di Dog Diago.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry. You
D
talked.
Diago.
Sorry, D Diago, of course. All right. This is something that happens on rest, but I think like I don't know, these Alupi are like souls. They're like
What's up with the magic dogs?
iunctus. Yeah, they have a personality in them that is not dog
They can
because
sniff Will.
they can sniff Will. What's his face? Ostius talked to one.
I didn't
Like
like that. Take your hands off
I don't
Dog Diago.
oof, didn't like how he treated that dog.
No.
Um, and clearly they're described as protecting the nexus on each world. So I think there's some sort of like soul warrior.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things like I can't hazard a guess, but it's obviously
Yeah.
not normal dog.
Right, obviously. And so weird shit is afoot for Vis. Like he's invaded, he's possessed by like a will personality of the warrior who owned the spear before him.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, um, they have to behead people they kill so that they cannot walk again should the boundary to the other world become too thin.
Yeah.
So obviously they're hammering us over the head at this point that there is some ability for reincarnation of dead bodies.
It's
And
nuts, like,
Iunctus,
how quickly we got beaten over the head with the nature of magic on Obitium and how slow they are to drip it out on Lucium.
yes, very
Like,
opposite.
we don't know fuck about these druids, like, but I bet we're going to learn soon. And I'm very excited to learn. It feels,
You too.
yeah, I don't know. It'll be good.
Well, I think what's interesting is that there's not the necessarily mechanism that's, well, it sounds like the druids can give access to Nasian or will or whatever
Yeah.
to people, but there's also mechanisms to like discover it yourself. I don't know. It's an interesting world, but yeah, really the only thing that happens is the character backstories. The I wrote this note at one point like, oh, this is kind of a cute world. Like I really like how it's going. And then the next line they're like, only the unblemished and physically perfect may rule. I was like, oh,
That was
not
tough.
not a cute world. Never mind.
It's time for an armless king.
um, but yeah, so he's off with Lear to go to Fornax because he's a special boy. That's pretty much how it ends.
I feel like Fornax isn't a place name that makes sense in this very Gaelic world.
Dr. Seuss's The Lorax and the Fornax.
Yeah. Taking the Druids to Fornax. Maybe it's the cyberpunk world for his new novella.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. Did you like the old switcheroo? She says, I will not choose Lethfiar.
But I will choose Dieglan.
Dieglan.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of good. I liked it.
This whole arc is just kind of cute right now. But I mean,
he got his
like,
fingy broken.
Oh, that was hype.
I liked that fight.
You know what? You know what?
I like that even
me?
with the fucking ghost of the greatest warrior of the land, he still couldn't beat Tara.
That was actually really sad. I love seeing a good female warrior like that because I'm a woke liberal. But it reminded me of when Carl and oh fuck, you haven't gotten this far. But pretty much anytime he gets like charmed by a woman, he has to break his own finger.
That's pretty good. Oh, I like that.
That's good.
In Baldur's Gate, if you charm someone and they find out that you've charmed them, they become hostile.
As would anyone.
Yeah, people don't like being manipulated by magic, as it turns out.
Seems like a good spot.
I learned that with my very wonderful bard, Colonel Forbin, my recent run.
Oh, Colonel Forbin.
Yeah. No, he's not Colonel Forbin. It's Sir Rutherford the Brave. My bad. I got my fish game henge references mixed up. You know what I'm talking about. Wow. Real fish heads now.
Somebody just jumped for joy in Wisconsin.
Oh, shout out to the Helping Friendly book. Wow. Anything
Still don't know
more
what you're talking about.
it's Trey's undergrad thesis at Goddard College. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Anything more to say about Lucium?
No.
Well, same. Moving on. Can I interest you in the art of dance?
Only if it's crocodilian.
Snap, 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 baby. Do you think he was, I bet it looked a little bit like what Raygun did.
I love
and then ended with a big University of Florida gator chomp.
Dude, I love that the whole payoff for his 2 months. I actually really thought this was funny that the payoff for him practicing for 2 months and dancing his little heart off was that she just bribed the
yeah, that's pretty good. He had to be just good enough that the bribe would still work.
Yeah, and she clearly didn't really want to give it to him anyway.
Why is this the only thing that Viz isn't good at?
Yeah, didn't he learn? Well, he does acknowledge that he was a good dancer on Seuss, but it was a different form of dance.
I'm just saying. Everything else he said his hand, maybe it makes sense. He's sort of he's a jock athlete. He's not a theater kid.
I don't think he's particularly good with women.
What are you talking about? He's
He
about to
doesn't.
bang Calidus' sister. Put
No,
that
he's
one in.
not.
Put that one in ink.
Wow, that's a prediction.
And then Equa and Amissa. And now Tara. He's got
Actually,
a.
yeah.
This is a certified harem. Are you
I
going to
still don't.
retract your
I
point?
don't think. No, I'm not going to retract it.
All
I'm not.
right. Dig in.
I'm digging in, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go. Um, yeah. Okay. Pyramid Central to the Luxor Palace itself. What are we doing?
Going to see Carrot Top.
Carrot Top. Through the thrum walls we go.
Thrum. Man. Well, okay. This does start kind of fun. So they meet the contact. She tries to trick them by saying, I'll take you to Netocrat. Whoops. She is Netocrat. And then she tries to kill them. And then she doesn't because this explains that he's useful.
Yeah.
Do you like a Netocrat and her weird smart child?
Yeah, creepy child is creepy for sure. Definitely get more and more concerned about the child as we get through this
It's a
section.
really young Sheldon-like.
Yep, crawling through the child-sized tunnels of this
That's
palace.
not good.
Didn't like that.
In this day and age, I don't need child tunnels.
So I think in comparison to Lucium, this might be a hot take compared to what I've seen from some of the readers, but I actually enjoyed some of the political world building of Obidium. So through the assassin, we learned that basically there's these like rich people that get to live freely on one side of town in exchange for eventually being sacrificed to Ka. And she turns normal people into iuncti to serve the rich Ka, or rich, what do they call it? Kashabti.
Yep.
And I thought that was like, I don't know. I like when you get that little slice of the underbelly of a city.
Yeah, the whole like setup of the city was very interesting because this is not an hospitable world, but people do live there. And they got a whole city of the dead on one side and a green poison slime river, as any good city should. And then the humans live on the east.
I wasn't
It's
expecting
interesting.
this part to be the funnier part. Like,
What a weird pivot to comedy, because this is definitely on its face the least funny world. It's
right,
mostly zombies.
but we get like roommates with an assassin arc where like they take strolls down the street and he learns how to blend in, and there's the crocodile dance bullshit. Like, it's weird.
She tries to kill their other roommate and they just kind of move past it.
Which was a really actual incredible scene for will usage that he can.
That was a fun fight scene. I got to give it up for that one. Remote control zombie.
He butt puppets Ambrose or whatever.
Oh, drone fight.
Well,
Yeah, that was
human
cool.
VR.
Yeah. That is funny that he's like, I've never fucking meat puppeted someone through VR, but that is better than you fighting almost. Let me take over.
Yeah, not a lot of faith in your boy who was going to be a gleaner. He was going to get knife hands or whatever, you know?
Man, I feel Almost has had a really tough go of things.
Yeah, the Amos arc is pretty sad, I gotta say.
That's the one part where the comedy felt a little weird to me. It's like obviously at odds with this like incredibly miserable world, but it's also like Amos is having this he almost gets killed. His whole fucking worldview gets completely shattered. But then we have Crocodile Dance. It was a little whiplashy for me. And ultimately, I think it did take away from like Amos's death.
Well, because it's the juxtaposition. The last time we see Amos, he's like making fun of him dancing.
Yeah.
The next time we see Amos, he's killing himself.
Yeah, it becomes like a prophet of doom and then jumps into evil slime river.
Right. Like that's a really harsh transition.
Yeah. I really like the idea there. Like I like that Ka is this religious figure and people are truly bought in like a religious sense. And then having that taken away from you is a very hard thing. But maybe, I don't know, it didn't quite hit me, I think, in the way that it should. But like the underlying idea I find really interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, there is like a couple of points where he has very real conversations with Amos about, about like the worldview being shattered. And I think there's also an interesting element of like, you can't trust your best friend who is Viz at this point because you don't know what he's doing to control you. Like, it's somebody
That
who has
is
the
wild, yeah.
explicit power to tell you to forget or remember or feel things, and you just have to trust
And
that they
all he
aren't
has
doing
to
that.
go on is Viz's word that he's not doing it, which reasonable to, be a little skeptical of that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a cool dynamic too, because on the one hand, Viz told him the truth. On the other
Mhm.
hand, the truth has not set him free in any way. And like,
Yeah.
maybe he was happier in his delusion. Like, um, I don't know. That's like a very, I don't know. That's a relevant thing to all kinds of people.
Totally. I guess question logistically, the whole, like, controlling I know it's not the same necessarily, but him, like, controlling Mhos, who's an iunctus at this point, can on rest, can you control the people who are ceding will to you? Like, do you think that's a feature that we just haven't seen turned on yet?
Well, don't you need an instruction blade to do that?
That's the technical
But if
thing,
he just
except unless you're
stabbed
Vs. Unless you're
Amissa,
Vs, you can touch people and do it.
yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
don't
It
know.
was a
I don't
thought.
know. That's a great question. I
I
bet
was
we'll
like,
find out. But
I wonder if these, these people are gonna raise like a Octavi army, to do their
oh my
bidding.
god, the necropolis back to
Yeah,
life?
yeah,
Wow, shout out the end of Game of Thrones. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, I still don't like we get some reveals about like there being young Tai on
mhm,
Res, like Amissa shows him that body, but I feel like there's still more to know about like the amount
yeah,
of crossover. So
I agree.
yeah. Interesting
Huh,
stuff.
it is. Well, anyway, should we do the infiltration itself?
He I guess. It's one of those weird quests that doesn't work and it's like, well, what was up with that? Why do we
I
do that?
really didn't like it. I gotta say, I really didn't like the way this felt as a climax and then an anticlimax.
Yeah, because I guess his takeaway is like, I think I know another way in.
Well, it's all this like all this is supposed to be the inner sanctum of a god, and you can
Yeah.
walk in and walk out unscathed, but with neither gaining or losing anything. Like,
Yeah.
it was weird. It's a weird, like,
There's
dangling your foot in the waters.
the poisonous waters.
Yes, which he
Yeah.
does.
Um, but I mean, we did get to see some interesting stuff. There is like a lot of lore about how Ka is monitoring this whole world, and it's sort of through like he's got a goddamn zombie circuit board going
Yeah,
on.
his the no mark room. Oh my god, that thing was creepy. Very
That was interesting.
Vergassos.
Yes. Oh yeah, shout out for Gassos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And then when he tried to like tap into their minds, it was like processing too quickly and kept kicking him out.
Yeah. And also, dude, when the child zombies just start screaming breach.
Breach, breach. Yeah,
Urge,
that was very
urge.
cool. And we get the big drop that Netocrat is trying. Well, I kind of assumed the kid was her daughter, but
Yeah.
one confirmed, two trying to make her unzombified, and doesn't work.
Yeah. Do
Death
we don't
is
get the actual confirmation it's her daughter, right? Just the, like, maybe, like, close
I,
friend. It has to be your
I
daughter
don't
or
know.
something like that.
I guess not. But geez, I kind of was feeling like it was confirmed.
Yeah,
Who
not
knows?
explicit, but some sort of
Yeah,
implicit.
I guess it could be something else. But whatever. A child under her care, and she's trying to restore her. And I guess there's no going back.
Yeah, and so he just leaves her, right? Like, he just ditches her and walks out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then gets
That's so
chased
strange.
down by an overseer.
Really strange, man. I don't know. I really wondered about this scene. Like, we get the peek into the hallway with the 18 gleaners, sitting there
You can't go.
inactive.
You can't. If you think you're gonna walk past 18 gooners, I got something to tell you.
Petition to call them gooners from now on.
I thought we were already doing that. I
All
just
right,
couldn't
cool.
believe you
Thanks.
said gleaners.
Well, I'm sorry.
Um, yeah. What a weird climax to this section. Just like all of this, like walking around the city and fucking infiltration training and dance arc, and then and nada.
Some God's damned blue balls.
God's damned crocodiles. Yeah,
Vec.
rotting gods. Rank these two phrases: Vec and rotting gods.
I hate rotting gods.
You do?
I hate it.
So I had an idea for a meme that would probably be horribly received, like all my other memes, on the subreddit, where I just replace every use of Vec with fuck. Because you get a lot of one-word sentences. It's like, and then Okisko showed up. Vec. Okisko showed up. Fuck.
It would be fun to re-record the audiobook like that, like portions of it.
Yeah. I don't know what rotting gods would be. I was thinking about Jiminy Christmas.
Suffering
Succotash, we've discussed. That would be pretty good. There was an overseer, suffering Succotash.
Please let me. I'm going to do the fanfic version.
If you're interested in posting that meme and having the community not get the joke and say it's copyright infringement, let me know.
I have a perfect track record on Reddit because I don't put myself out there at all.
I have a unique skill of posting jokes that maybe a third of the community grossly misunderstands and responds antagonistically.
You have a skill of posting AI art that offends the shit out of people.
Listen, guys, I'm anti-AI. But if I'm posting a meme about Darrow's dead wife, I'm not going to use someone's fan art that they worked hard on about the wife that they probably love.
Oh, you're such a kind shit poster.
I am. But you're the one who's mean to people about color coding their books.
Man, I can't get over that. It's at the
okay, but okay. Chapter. Let's give them a little credit. We got 2 symbols.
Yes, we got a double chapter. That was hype.
My brain exploded. I didn't know what to. I threw the book across the room like I was a monkey.
I didn't know what to do.
I just started slamming my hands on the ground.
I had to put it in AI. I had to ask.
I did, and it gave me a picture of Darrow's dead wife.
Oh man, yeah, the double chapter was hype, and we got 2 double chapters.
I love a double symbol. Give me more.
Even
of
though
that.
he used them very rudely. I would say he used Lucium rudely in those double world chapters.
What? He stopped a sexual assault.
Okay, yes, that was good. But other than that, the 2 functions of the travel was 1, to steal clothes from a peasant, and 2,
that's pretty good.
and 2, to dump a bunch of headless bodies. It's like his personal trash can. I can't believe Ostius, man. What a dick.
Fuck Lucium. Can we get Latin corner with you?
Yep.
Names of the worlds. Do it.
Lucium, light. Obitium, death. Rest is basically like, I don't know, world or place or whatever. It's usually a word that's combined with stuff. Like, if it was res cogitium, it would be like the world of thought, you know?
Okay. I typed it into Google Translate and said things. So I was like, light, death, and stuff.
Yeah, it's basically
fair
just
enough. We got chariots, we got fucking boats.
But yeah, pretty continuing our Latin corner, you know, a little on the nose.
I don't know what you're talking about. That could mean literally anything.
But I haven't actually looked at any of the new. I don't know what Ostius is. I gotta look that up. I think it might be like West or something.
Obitium question.
Yeah.
Is he gonna find Ka in this book? And is he gonna kill him? 2 questions.
I don't think so.
I say yes.
Ostium means doorway, mouth, or opening, because of course it does. He is the doorway between worlds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at this point, I'm just expecting that. Ostius means uncle of princeps, nephew. Yeah, I think Ka's going down. I feel like he's going to want to do the Sanderson villain switch thing. You know?
I think
there'll be some.
I think it would be disappointing if it's that easy.
I think it's going to be cool.
Okay.
I'm in. I'm in because he's going to give some tantalizing hint about the greater evil or whatever. Any last thoughts before we go to chariots?
You bring up a good point there. Do you think one of the Vis copies will turn evil. Or not like
No.
evil, but like think
They'll
about
have
the
to fight
John
each
Gwynn.
other?
Think about the John Gwynn version of evil where you think you're serving the true God, but you're not.
I mean, I was just thinking about his continued involvement with Relucia and Ostius, like he probably was already there. Yeah, that's interesting. I want him
Like
to
what if
fight himself.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what if he meets Obidium Ka and is like, you have a point, Cataclysm good, and then Ovis and Arvis get in a fight.
Now that you say that, that feels inevitable.
I think one of these worlds it has to be inevitable. And it
Has to be. That's great.
actually
That's
I
really
don't think it's
interesting.
Obidium. I think it's Lucium Elvis that is gonna Elvis that's gonna
Oh, where the other ones are going to be like, some death is necessary. We got to wipe the slate. And he's like, I am farming, my friends. I'm
I don't know.
very happy. No death, please.
I just think that's gonna be the outlier one. That's my bet.
Well, it ain't going to be the world called death.
Nope.
Okay. It's dog time.
Oh,
Well, he's back with his magical dog.
hey man, you know, I got this huge wolf that's terrifying. Why don't we take it to town?
He's never been on a Transvec before, but he'll be fine. Bring him on.
He's
I got him on a
good.
leash.
I asked him to come hang out and be good, and he totally was. No
He
big
looked at
deal.
me and said, woof.
Yo, what's up with this investigative squad of Hardy Boys children?
I don't know. Why is
What?
Viridius letting them even come?
One of my biggest problems with the Senate, these bumblefucks in charge of everything, is that
Yeah.
they give all of the world's greatest secrets and investigative tasks to a group of 18-year-olds that hate them.
Well, they are Quinti now.
That's true.
I don't know. Don't know what to tell you.
Don't overthink it.
Okay. So they're back on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yes.
And they pick up fucking right where they left off, which is sneaking out of school and visiting them ruins. How did you like the high jump?
Oh my God. Viridius is like, you got to wear these trackers, which is an absurd thing in itself.
Viz ate a loaf of bread and shat out a tracker a mere 400 pages ago. Brother, that ain't going to work.
Unbelievable. Who, yeah, immediately picks it apart.
Yeah.
I loved just yeeting themselves over the wall.
Yeah.
And V's almost impaling himself again.
It was funny too that Equa clears it by
Like
about
10
a quarter
feet.
mile. Wait, is it Equa or Missa? I've got them completely mixed up now.
This is Equa.
Wait, isn't it a Missa though?
No,
it's a Missa.
Wait. Yeah, it is a Missa. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a Missa because she's in with Viridius. She clears it by a mile, and we learn that Human Diago has actually been practicing his jump at home so that he could jump the correct height. It's like, how about just jump as high as you can?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why leave anything to spare, huh? That's good.
Also, it brings the question, like, why aren't people doing this more, walking around in
I would
cotton?
be pogoing around Catan.
Dude, they're walking around their little togas. But
No.
one, they can jump 25 feet. And two, we've seen them rip benches out of the ground and beat each other's heads in.
Yeah. You would see me running a 2-minute mile from place to place. Everywhere. And like jumping from lamppost to lamppost. And I'd be sucking off a transvect. I promise you that. Okay. They go into the ruins. And as per usual, they do some dumb shit and spring a trap.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell is all this? Well, what the hell is all this?
What the hell? Fuck. Now I feel like I have to open my book and go to the actual. Let's consult the text, shall
Here's
we?
my description of it. He uses a password Lanistia gave him somehow to unlock a white pillar machine thing, which fucks him up and connects him with all the corpses.
He goes all Lanistia on him.
Yes.
Starts ending sentences with comma space warrior.
Warrior. Finish those eyes, warrior.
Would you like to join me for dinner, warrior?
Warrior.
Dude, that's actually I'm sure you've seen those like Instagrams and TikToks about like great things to call your bros. You know, they always propose chief.
Warrior. Yeah.
Warrior, I think could be good. Hello,
That's
warrior.
pretty
And
good.
then you do one of those Viking forearm slaps, you know? Yeah. Wham! I'm not
Wham.
big enough to do that.
No,
I need a meteor forearm.
you're looks minning, not looks maxing.
Don't tell me I'm looks mini. The fuck's wrong with you?
I got
Jesus.
okay. Side note: I've gotten really into gesture maxing and looks maxing this week. It's been all
Yeah.
over my feed.
You're a week late, my friend.
I
Clavicular's
know.
old news. I think underrated was what we discussed a while ago, which was jester's privilege.
Yeah, jester's privilege is great.
Yeah. You could say something horrendous to someone
Mm-hmm.
and then just claim jester's privilege. They can't take it. They can't. There's no recourse.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great
Love
way
it.
to live.
I think that's what we do on this podcast. Like if we get James Islington on, he's like, I listened
Jester's
to it and
privilege.
you made Crocodile Dundee jokes. Like, well, jester's privilege, James. What do you have to say to
Should have heard what we said about Rockio, brother.
that? At least you didn't call you a Confederate. Okay. Ruins. I don't know what to make of this, man. I'm befuddled.
It was confusing. I mean, so basically he's possessed by this thing that if it possesses him long enough, it'll kill him.
It turns him into a iunctus.
Yeah. And in return, it holds off the warriors
Yeah.
protecting the doorway so people can go
It's a little short
to other
circuit.
worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
says something to that effect when he is being spoken through. And
Right.
Viridius clarifies all this. It seems like a very
Yes.
complicated situation. We built this
Mhm.
labyrinth with evil ghosts, and we'd build another ruin to make sure that the ghosts don't kill on site. But if you use the safety check, you'll become an evil ghost yourself.
Yes. Just like
It's got to be a
Marcus
better way.
and just like Lanistia, the big reveal.
Yeah. As it turns out, she tried to do the safety check for Okiskor's brother, Searoar. I said Okiskor's brother because I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, it took you a
But then I
second.
thought of it. Yeah, that's interesting. But clearly, she's suffering some side effects because she was in there too long.
Yep. She didn't let go.
But I want to know more about like I want to know like who made this thing and why.
Yeah, this is this is crazy. I mean,
Why'd I be speaking through them still?
yeah, the whole idea of this nexus and the portal, I mean, it's weird because we clearly have a character that doesn't need the nexus or the portal to hop between worlds, and clearly there are other ways to hop between worlds, but everything's centered around this weird little fucking contraption.
Yeah, and they were saying like it was a means of sending soldiers from Res to the other worlds. It's like a proving ground, and then they were
Yes.
expected to die on Res. But how many soldiers are you getting through the labyrinth? Probably not that many. Seems inefficient.
Yeah. Like what are these super soldiers, you know? How did that work?
Yeah. Oh, they got to be stronger than Belly. I know that.
We haven't seen
But
Belly yet. Belly's
yeah,
on
where
another
is she?
world.
Is she
We know
secretly? She's Tara.
we know she made it through.
We don't know that.
I'm fairly sure Marcus killed himself so the door would stay open long enough for her to make it through.
All right, great point. It's very, very likely she made it through.
She is somewhere.
That's how the book's gonna end. Belly?
Oh.
Question mark. And
this summer I turned iunctus.
Yeah. Oh, now there's fan fiction.
Oh, it's good.
Is that it for like our little lore corner here? He has it out with Viridius, and it turns Viridius is pretty team prevent the cataclysm, which seems good.
Yeah, Viridius seems decent guy and all this. You know,
really I enjoyed him snapping at Viz. It seemed reasonable under the circumstances.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up, you 18-year-old little douchebag.
You dummy with your
big
triangle hand.
Dummy.
No, we're getting there. Save it.
Nanobots roll out. The one thing here is we do get a mini dump that's like, because of all the will seeding, the Princeps has pretty much an indefinite youth. He does not age. So at this point, before the later reveal, I was like, oh, where is the God on this world? Maybe we should look at the all-powerful, immortal government official who tests everyone's blood.
That was
Like,
what I thought. I thought Ka was, well, also, as discussed before the pod, kind of thought there was one princeps.
yep.
Not for any good reason. In fact, there are 3 branches of government. It's pretty obvious there would have been 3, but that is what I
I didn't
thought.
think so. I didn't think so at all.
How do we get here? Well, we'll talk about this more when we're getting to the Ostius stuff, aka Dumb Hamlet. I think that's basically it. He just takes his dog, puts his dog in the kennel, heads the hell back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they spend an entire one half of one page to train Tiago dog.
Yeah.
Which is absurd.
Just, imbuing around him and pissing their dog off.
Yep.
It's fucking weird.
And then they chuck him in the Transvect and head back to Captain.
And they made Aiden and Callow's sister play 7 Minutes in Heaven.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that romance arc, which came out of absolutely nowhere.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. I was like, okay, fine. Seems good to me.
She's going to fall for, you know what? She's going to end up having a crush on Viz, and then that's going to be some sort of annoying Harry and Ron wedge in the next book where,
it's okay, because Viz canonically bad with women, so it's going to be okay.
And he's SEMA retention gang.
He is. So that's okay. That's the good reason. I was trying to think, like, why am I so fixated on him being bad? It's because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I cannot let these feelings distract me from my goals.
Yeah. Women and duty cannot live together.
Duty.
Duty. Family Guy.
All right. Back to Catton.
They are having a lot of festivals.
What's up with these festivals, man? They're
Besties.
stupid.
Go to Outside Lands. See Gracie Abrams.
Bakar.
Go to Outside Lands. Skip the car and go get a hot dog.
Should have done it. Should have just gone home, played more golf.
Bakar on the pod. Why didn't you bring a band? Why didn't you fucking try at all?
He would have forgotten his microphone. Just jumped around.
I'm just gonna do jumping jacks on stage for an hour. Give me my paycheck.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Listeners, Bakar put on the worst live show I've ever seen. He's a guy with one TikTok hit, which he played 3 times to end his set, and showed up with no band, no visuals, nothing. Just a microphone and backing tracks.
At center stage of Outside Lands.
Yeah, it's a big stage for a man with a microphone and backing tracks. Anyways, festivals. Things really, things speed up here. My goodness.
Yeah, it goes really, really fast. Relucia and Ostius are back, the evil Angui duo.
Yeah, Angui. Their dynamics seem strained.
Yeah, and clearly he's like the one in charge at this point, which is acknowledged explicitly.
How aligned he is with the rank and file Angui is unclear, but I think he has larger goals.
Speaking of rank and file, did you catch that Vice now has followers who wear their tunics with one sleeve?
I did not. Oh, no.
He keeps seeing these people walk around who spot him and like give him the little nod, and they all have like their one arm out of their sleeve like this.
I roll around in a wheelchair for Governor Greg Abbott.
It's unreal. I loved the little fan club sighting. So that made me really happy. But Vice's solution to losing his arm is to create a relative harmonics-based bionic nanobot arm.
Check that one off your bingo cards.
That was
tough. We had the whole thing where he's like, I need to find a blacksmith. I didn't think he was going to make a bionic triangle arm.
Kind of sick.
Absurd, but kind of sick.
Kind of sick.
Kind of sick, yeah.
He just wears a corset now made of metal.
Yeah, it's funny because when I was reviewing this section to do the summary, they do reference it earlier, like when he's pogoing over the wall. They're like, and I shuffled the triangles around my chest. It's like reading that for the first time. I was like, whoa, triangle? What the fuck are you talking about? Why do you have triangles in your chest?
I think it's
now we know.
You know, I wondered what he was going to do with the blacksmith. I think this is a perfectly fun reveal of that. I was like,
It's
this
just
is
so much more
just the level.
complicated than I thought imbuing could really be.
Yeah, the whole like why it had to be so secretive is well, I guess
Oh,
he's not supposed to have the ability
yeah.
to store. I don't know,
I don't know. I don't know
but
why.
he should.
He does he can maneuver them well enough to flip Ostius off. Did
Yeah,
you
that
like
was really
that?
funny. I
He
did
gave
like
him
that a
the,
lot.
triangular middle finger.
Beep boop.
Okay. So, their mission, 1, spy on a bunch of high-ranking military officials.
Mhm.
2, suck them off. 3, Ostius bails and Viz almost dies.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, okay, I guess we'll talk about what the corrupt officials are talking about, which it wasn't as juicy as I thought it was gonna be. It's just like there's a civil war brewing, maybe military should try to not have a civil war. C'est la vie.
Yeah, it's basically like, we can get out of this very tense political situation if we scheme hard enough. But okay, but before we get let's not gloss over the fact that they're in the middle of a ritualist cult sacrifice of will. Like they're all,
Okay, yeah, that's where I wanted to go. Great, mind
they're
meld.
on a stone dial with numbers.
And they said that they're going to determine the will of the people at some
Yeah,
point,
it's like
but
let us discover the will of the people. Like
well, why
they're
couldn't Viz let them do that first? Because I fucking wanna know what that is, and, unfortunately, we don't get to know.
Yeah, it's weird. So they've imbued the stones they're standing on with their will, or standing near with their will. And it seems like maybe there's some sort of ritual that will let them access untapped pools of will that are, I don't know. But yeah, we
Or
don't
were
get to
they able
see,
to, like, look into the minds of the common man?
yeah,
It's
or
some sort
control
of
them like
will-based
zombies.
democracy.
I don't know.
Oh, I was, I was thinking about oh, wow, very relevant, triangle strategy. Remember you have to
Yes.
go, like, to the scales of decision or whatever?
Yes. Oh my
It
God, I
felt
love
very
that.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
I can't wait to play the next Triangle Strategy 2 whenever that comes out.
quadrangle strategy. Oh! Um, okay.
But yeah,
So
Osius pipes up. He
they
fucks up the ritual.
bust down the fucking door.
What up, uncle? I'm
"What
back,
up, Unc?"
bitches.
Chopped ass Unc.
You thought I was
Um,
dead?
I'm not dead, and I'm psycho now. Yeah,
This was lore corner to the
dude.
max.
A bizarre lore corner happening in
Yeah.
the midst of a very tense situation, but, to
Yeah.
Viz's benefit and ours, I suppose.
Yeah, we get a really helpful breakdown of the hierarchy symbol in the middle of a shouting match.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Um, all in all, hard to believe, but very interesting info, so I will believe it
Yeah,
till the cows come home.
yeah.
Um, big reveal, 3 princeps, and goddamn if they ain't the top of the pyramid.
Really weird that they're seeding. Okay, so we're at conflict here because Viridius lore dump basically said Ress won the war and is now
Mhm.
fighting the other worlds. But at some point, these princeps, and they're clearly not the first to do this, have gotten together and said we're ceding to Ka, or I assume it's Ka,
So it's gone.
um, and that the cataclysm is necessary because
Yeah,
and because we're powerful and working with them, we get to decide. But decide what? I was a little confused about what they get to decide.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That wasn't just me then.
No. And
I
yeah,
didn't know
I
if they
guess
meant
just
like who
like
gets
Viridius
killed.
is
Yeah.
about as tapped in as anyone, but he's not fully tapped in. I mean, unless he's
He
hiding
ain't.
this, but like I sort of feel like he doesn't know.
No, I don't think he knows at all. Um, but this is what a lore dump this is, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I was saying, like very excited for part 3
Yeah.
because fully expecting some resolution here. Wasn't expecting Ostius to be the favored nephew of the princess.
Yeah,
How I want to know how Ostius got his sauce.
I know.
How do you get the thrum thrum?
How do you get the superpower? It's
Come
crazy.
on, man. Tell me.
But okay, but also clearly, because he outs the real Diago to everyone, which was a total
That
dick
was a
move.
weird move.
That was so mean. I was upset
Yeah.
about that.
Ever heard of a little place called Seuss?
You remember this guy? You killed his dad.
Fucking not at all. Who is this? Here's his dog.
But yeah, I guess so. Diago's dad, Visa's dad, uncovered the truth about the Cataclysm, one, and
One.
then super weapons more powerful than the Republic. So
Mm.
I don't know. Something tells me that maybe Ostius has. I don't know. He's got access to some pre-Cataclysm shit or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All I can say is you're gonna get some answers to that in pretty short order in
Yeah.
part 3. Because I've read a
Also,
couple chapters.
fun fact. Did you know that Vis has not killed anyone?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. His hands are clean.
Okay. Well, he's come real close.
But you know what's not clean?
Hmm.
His
Diago.
paws. His paws, baby.
Oh! Ostius is a fucking madman because this dog just starts ripping throats, and what I think they want it to be a nice, clean killing. It's like, well, I don't know. We'll make it. We'll cut off their fucking heads and get rid of the
Yo,
bite marks
what
somehow.
what on okay, first of all, Diago dog is clearly, I don't know, possessed or something. It can talk to Ostius.
It speaks
Uh
English good and did not like what it was hearing.
yeah, second of all, does not like the Senate because it
No,
throat rips every single one of them.
dog hates the Senate.
But not after they all signed their admission of guilt about using the Angui, which is convenient.
And between that and Silencium, the power of a well-written page in the
Power
Republic.
of the pen. But yeah, what a move to cover up this gruesome murder by cutting all the heads off the bodies and dumping them in Lucium.
Yeah, that's the trash dump of the synchronicity.
Poor little peasant village that they're in.
Yeah, we got Vikings and dead bodies.
Oh yeah, and then Ostius dips and is like, "Good luck, buddy. I'm gonna throw him out. You're on your own."
Why did he do that? Is he just because he's just got a little he's a little
Yeah,
motherfucker?
I just think he's a dick.
Yeah, I kind of like that. That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
me too.
Not a good way of endearing yourself to anyone, but I don't think he cares about that.
I actually forgot that he had his triangle mask on in this section Vs
Yeah,
because
he
I'm
was
like,
looking like a
yeah,
straight psycho,
he just sprints out of there covered in blood with his wolf
covered in
dog.
blood and metal triangles. Pretty
Oh,
simple
it's nuts.
investigation. Have any blacksmiths forged 4,000 tiny triangles recently?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
as
also
a matter of fact, I did.
a lot of bloody paw prints here too. Who's the guy who brought a wolf to the city?
What do you need 4,000 triangles for? Don't fucking worry about it. Here's some extra money.
Man, but wow, yeah, what an escape! And then turns out the city doesn't react well when all of its leaders are murdered.
No, it's time to start throwing. You know what I would do? I would throw a bench.
Throwing a stone bit. I don't know why.
Bench
I had
warfare,
so fun, so much fun.
dude. That's on the silly fun scale.
That was
Yes, people
high.
attacking each other with benches, very silly, incredibly fun.
I also love that he's like, "Oh my god, birthright!" No, like, dude, we've been
When the
violating this
benches
shit
come
for
out,
so long.
birthright don't mean shit.
You can't be surprised at this point. Like, come on,
Why
brother.
do they have a word for just? Why can't it just be like murder is illegal?
Yeah, it has to be
Can't murder
birthright.
anybody. No, it's birthright.
That's maybe the worst element of the entire like pyramid society here is this idea of birthright that's never followed once in the entire time we see it.
We have a form of birthright in the United States. It's called murder is illegal.
Yeah. My God-given right as an American.
If I want to kill a man with 4,000 little triangles, I'll do it.
If I want to, if I don't rip up part of the Coliseum and throw it at another man's skull.
When's he gonna shoot those fuckers like a bunch of little shuriken? That's inevitable.
Yeah.
There's prediction corner for you.
Wow.
Um,
Wow, we actually did it. That's the whole plot.
Holy crap. Okay. Any parting thoughts on part 2?
Well, since we're physically incapable of ever talking for less than an hour,
I can't believe we got an hour out of this. I thought this was going to be a tight 30 because nothing
no,
happened.
we are capable of that. And I don't
I
like
wonder how
editing
much.
enough to make our episodes shorter.
Dude, if we read the entire My Immortal Harry Potter fanfic, how long do you think the app would be?
Wow. I think we need to bring back a little couple chapters next episode.
I want to know what happens now that she has a gun and needs to kill Vampire Potter.
Have a fucking gun here.
I hath telekinesis.
What's the line? What are you doing, motherfuckers?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dumbledore screamed. Dumbledore said calmly.
Oh,
Man. Okay. Well, all in all, not my favorite section of the series thus far, but
clearly
good
fun
stuff in there. And
we're still having a lot of fun.
And good setup for what's coming next. I wouldn't have kept reading if I weren't excited. So
no, I'm actually pumped. I'm pumped to crack it back open. Yeah, and we'll be back in a week with more
in roughly
coverage.
a week. Yeah, reach out if you have any comments, feedback, or just want to say hi. Send it to a friend if you have a friend who's reading these books and would enjoy whatever it is that we do.
Yeah, and we are coming up on the end of the series, shockingly. After Hadrian took us an entire year, we were almost done and caught up with the hierarchy. So let us know what you want us to read next, because we're open to suggestions. We got some ideas floating around, but I don't know. Tell us what you want to listen to. It'll be great.
And if you do see the booktwoisbetter account post a meme on Reddit and you respond very stupidly, that will make us less likely to read that series.
Yes.
Know that.
Also, if you Venmo me $1, I'll read an ad of whatever you want.
I will read any book you want.
I just need $1.
I will read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich for a single $1. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
What's the Mein Kampf book by the Norwegian guy that's like 8? Carl.
My Struggle by Knausgaard?
Yeah, isn't it?
I've read the first 2.
You've read both? You've read 2 of them? Aren't they like 1,000 pages each?
No. They're like 400 pages.
Oh, okay. That's still
There's a fan theory that the good ones are the ones where he is hot on the cover.
Nice. That makes sense.
Like the third book is just like a picture of him as a kid. Like, that one sucks. Give me him smoking a cigarette. Yeah.
Looking
okay.
fresh.
Yes, we will be back to figure out what happens to our dear friend Diago in the city. It's the sequel to Babe.
Yeehaw.
Peppa.